All right, everyone, welcome to this call. We're so excited to share with you all of the benefits here of Emerald and why this matters for you in your business. And so I am so excited to be one of the co-hosts here. And I'm just going to kind of kick us off in making sure that you understand that this is not something where your sponsor invited you to this call to listen in because it benefits them. One of the really cool things about this business is that it's never a win-lose scenario. And so I'm sure many people are like, well, this is a win for my sponsor, but they're talking about it because it's a win for you. It's a win-win for everybody. And this is going to be something that helps you create the goal, like create the income that you want, reach the goals that you have. And your sponsor invited you to this call because they know you have that potential. So to get us started, though, we are going to first explain what Emerald is and how that is laid out, and then we'll dive more into all of the benefits that it is for you and your business. So, okay, Dara, if you want to take it from here on this slide.
Yeah. Like Brigitte said, welcome to the call. We're happy you're here. This really is one of the simplest, best ways to start your business. So Emerald is you plus two. Your business center is the little green one, and you get to be green when you sign up someone on your left leg and someone on your right leg. Don't overthink this. I think that's the biggest thing. But that is what Emerald is. For most of us, those people, those first two people are your spouse or partner or boyfriend or girlfriend. It is your mom or your dad or your cousin or your brother or your sister or your best friend. The point is they're the people often that are just, they're your mom. They're your husband. And we're going to explain why that's beneficial later. But just know going into us, for most of us, those first two people are those kind of people in your life. So the reason you should want to be Emerald, and Brigitte already said some of it, I know for me, when I was a mom and I started this business, I loved having these step-by-step goals to show me how to build my business. It's the small goals. It's these short-term goals that you can actually hit and say, yay, I did it. Because I don't know about you, but I was a stay-at-home mom. And I know not everyone was or is, but so like motherhood is like the longest term goal ever. It's like a 25-year investment before you have any idea if you raised a good human. So for me, the idea of the goal of Emerald, what just felt so doable and it was fun to get after. So to me, that was enough motivation. But, seeing success as soon as you can, hitting that first milestone, I believe it just creates momentum and it becomes something that you want to keep doing it. You want to keep hitting those goals. I think it's a momentum builder more than anything. So you plus two is truly, it is a decision. It's a decision to just say, Mom, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. Let's go. It's a decision. That's how I feel. And yeah.
Yeah. And one of the cool things that I think makes this business unique compared to other companies is that, we have the binary system. So that means that there's two legs, and that's where it's you plus two, as in there's two other people that you sign up, and that's your very first rank, right? So one on your left, one on your right. But what's really cool in this business is that you can sign up your spouse. So I have friends who are working other network marketing businesses and they're not allowed to do that. And so it really limits their income potential because they only have one account that they can control and that they can use to generate income. But in Beachbody, it honestly kind of blows my mind that we even have this option that you get to sign up your spouse, or you get to sign up a parent, or you get to sign up a child if they're over 18 years old. And when we say it's like those are your options as far as what you can control, in that you can pay for that business fee with your credit card and pay for the Shakeology with your credit card. So all just one account, you plus two people. You can't pay for more than that in one credit card. But that gives you another account that you can use to generate income. It also allows you to have that extra account that you are controlling and knowing like, okay, I at least have that one really solid coach on that lake. I don't have to worry about it because I know that that's always going to be active. And then I can like place all these builders on this other side and really drive my income. You know, on a personal note, I'll let you know that like my spouse account is not something where my husband has ever posted sweaty selfies and sent out share carts. But that account is one where we have a six-figure income coming through that account, but it's not me doing extra work. It's that I was smart in having that be the top account on one of my legs, the first account on one of my legs, and then just funneling orders down through both sides. And so on the same amount of work, I'm earning two times, you know, both through my spouse account and through my account. So having that controlled business center that you are able to manage in addition to yours is a huge advantage in this business that is a very unique advantage.
And just on that note, the reason you want your spouse or mom or someone close to you at the top is because as soon as you sign up and you start signing up other people and your people start signing up other people, they would all go underneath your spouse account and your account, which means you're getting volume from the same people on two accounts, which is what Brigitte said, but I just wanted to emphasize why you want that person at the top. You have no idea who you could sign up next month who might be a rock star. And if your husband is not above them, your husband will not, or your spouse will not benefit from that rock star. So that's one of the most important reasons to sign them at the top. And one more thing on that. I heard Lori say this on the last call. She said, I've never met a coach who regretted signing their spouse up, but I have met coaches who regretted not doing it sooner. I was one of those. I didn't sign my spouse up till about 8 months in. Gratefully, as far as I know, I don't think he's losing, you know, I didn't sign up any rock stars prior to that, but it was silly. Business-wise, it was a dumb thing for me to not have signed him up earlier. But it's hard. It's hard when you're first starting because you don't see the long-term vision. I didn't either. So I get it. I get that you don't get it. Your husband's not going to get it. But just take our word on this one, okay? Sorry to drive that home, but I just had to say that because I'm one of them.
Well,
okay.
One thing before we even move to the next screen that I remember this analogy being shared with me, and it makes so much sense to me. Like at least in the area of the country where I grew up and where I live, it's like farmland area and stuff like that. And then there's the freeway. And right off the exits of the freeway, there's always a gas station. And then there's always like one fast food restaurant and then like nothing, right? And that land right off the exit of the freeway, it's like prime real estate. And so you just know that the farmer who owned that land and secured it beforehand and before, you know, that freeway came through, made a lot of money selling that, you know, to have the gas station there. And this is prime real estate. You know, that is like the most perfect plot of land that you can snag up at the very top of one of your legs before you're building this business. And so securing it in your name, it's like that farmer who bought up the land beforehand. Sorry, is that yours? You're good. Okay. Now we can go to the next slide. Right. And I think I have to unmute you.
Wait. Oh, wait.
There you go.
Okay. Sorry, guys. My husband just came home, which made the dog bark, which he never does. Okay. So why hit Emerald? I know I already talked about like it's a short-term goal. Like it just feels good. Absolutely. But there are some practical reasons that you want to hit Emerald. The most important one is you start earning team cycle bonuses. Until you're Emerald, you can absolutely earn money on commissions, which is great. You can earn some decent money, a few $100 just off commissions, depending on what you're doing. But team cycle bonuses is where it's at. And that just means that you are earning a bonus based on your team's volume underneath you. So based on the success of your team, you're starting to earn bonuses based off that. And it starts small. It starts at $14 a cycle. And we're going to get into a little bit of what that means on the very next slide. But it's just kind of like you're activating your business center. Like prior to that, you're kind of just like a salesperson. Now you get ownership in the company when you go Emerald. You're just benefiting in more ways. There are so many ways to earn money in this business. Do not limit yourself to just commissions. Start earning those cycle bonuses. And even if it's not all getting used every week, it goes into a reserve. Like, again, this is a big deal. Another reason to hit Emerald, I already talked about, it's just kind of the stepping stone. It's a stepping stone to what's next. And I like those very visible, short-term stepping stones on my way to the bigger picture. I think those are important, and this is the perfect place to start. And then you're building your team, even if it is your mom and your best friend, or that was another thing. I know we keep saying spouse, your mom or dad or a child above 18 absolutely works for that controlled account. But you're building your team. You're setting yourself apart as a leader, even if it's just, your best friends or your mom, and you're earning credibility. That's a really big thing. You're going to get a shout out probably. And that just gives you credibility. Like, hey, I'm doing something in this business. I have things going on. And then you're going to get free customer leads, which is huge. I don't know if you know about this, but there are people that just go to beachbody.com and they order stuff and they don't have a coach. Beachbody distributes those among all the coaches, but only if you're Emerald. So that's a really big deal. Again, in the last Emerald call, Lori was a free lead. Brigitte, I think you said you were a free lead.
Yeah.
You have no idea who your next free lead could be, okay? So to me, those are the very practical, business-wise reasons that you want to be an Emerald coach.
And I'll just add like a few things that, I have had several of my coaches that I did a recognition for them advancing to Emerald. And their audience then is like, wait, what is it that you're doing? And they look at them as like, okay, now you are like, I don't even know what Emerald is, but you're legit, And so I feel that your audience doesn't understand that it's you plus two. They're just like, wow, she's a big deal. She just got this recognition from her upline. And like, I really should reconsider what she's doing if they had turned you down. Or they're like really now starting to take notice. And so the credibility, like you may think like, well, it's not that hard to get Emerald because it's so easy, right? Like just two people. But your audience looks at you as now the authoritative figure that can show them how to build a business too. As far as like building your team, honestly, guys, I'll be honest that this is where it's really fun. Like it is really fun to show people how to lose weight, and the challenge groups are fun and that side of things. But when you're showing someone else how to create an income and you're like, okay, just duplicate what I did. And then they're creating an income account or Emerald account and it just grows from there. That's where it's really fun because you see so many more people overcoming their limiting beliefs in a bigger way to grow a business. I have found building a team just really the most fulfilling part of this business. And I will just let you know with these, we'll talk a little bit more about customer leads and team cycle bonuses. So I won't dive too much into that, but I just want you to know, like, your audience is going to really take note and at what you're doing when they see you advance. As far as like team cycle bonuses and what this means, there is a really great video from Michael Neiman in Beachbody Corporate that I think explains this really well. But essentially everything in Beachbody that we sell has a volume point associated to it. So like if you sell Shakeology, that's 90 volume points. If you were to sell the Beachbody On Demand, that's 45 volume points. So everything has a volume point associated with it. So every coach on your left leg, it doesn't matter if they're sponsored by you or if, you know, say you just only sign up 2 people and those people only sign up 2 people and then only 2 and only 2 going down. It doesn't matter if it's someone now 50 levels down, I don't know how else to word it, but say that person takes off, you're earning off of that volume that they bring in, even though you didn't directly sponsor that person. And I'll just let you know, that's actually another thing that is really unique about our company. Because I know a lot of other companies, they only earn money off of the 3 levels beneath them. You know, for us, it's infinity, you know, so it's just incredible that you have that option as you are bringing and building in that team, because everybody on that side is selling Shakeology or buying Shakeology, and all of that creates volume. And everyone on this side is buying or selling Shakeology, and that is creating volume. What's really cool is you all have a sponsor who invited you to this call because they see the potential in you. So they're very likely building a business, right? So they're also adding coaches down one of your legs. On this screen, we put the example that it's on your right leg. RV just stands for right volume. It could be on your left leg though. So, but on one of your legs, you have an upline who's adding coaches, and every coach that they add contributes to the volume that you potentially get paid off of. And just what ends up happening every week is they tally up all of the volume on both sides. And they say for every 100 volume points on this side and 200 volume points on that side, you are going to get 1 cycle. That's 1 bonus. And as we said, it's $14 for every 100 to 200. So it's, you know, you're buying pizza for your family that week, you know, it starts off so small, but you guys, that's where the residual income is. Like that's where the financial freedom comes from, because that is what grows to be the thousands of dollars a week. You know, that's what grows to be like the income that's coming in even when you go on vacation. You know, I will tell you, I know so many people that are not even like on the national wake up call or elite coaches walking across stage, but that are earning like a ridiculous amount of money that you've probably never even heard of. But everyone that I know earning a ridiculous amount of money is doing it through a team. You know, I don't know anyone making thousands of dollars a week who is selling thousands of dollars of Shakeology. You know, it's because they were smart in opening up this income opportunity. You're only earning commissions right now until you open it up to start earning on the volume that's being created. But just keep in mind, your team is helping you. Your upline is helping you. Everyone that they bring in is helping you. It's not just you. And that one coach that you sign up on that side, everyone that they bring in, they're helping you build that leg. So it's not like, I'm not this big sponsor, I don't sign up lots of coaches. It is still worth it to you because you also just never know. You know, I've had several people who joined only for the discount, and then they got in this, they're like, okay, this is really cool. This is really fun. Show me how to build a business. And then they became my actual star diamonds, who really took off with this. And so, you know, you offer it to everybody and the volume grows, and this is where you make the money. I kind of went off on that, but
no.
Good.
That's a really hard thing to explain, and she just killed it, by the way.
Okay, good.
You need to rewatch it, go ahead, because it is still a lot, but like that was such a great, clear explanation, Brigitte. Okay,
good. I'm glad it made sense.
It did. I basically already talked about free leads, but when you become an Emerald coach, you become eligible for these random people who somehow don't know a Beachbody coach, because by the way, those people still exist. It can feel like everyone already has a coach, right? They still exist and they need you. So you get eligible to get those free leads. When you hit Success Club, I believe you get paid leads, which means that it's someone like you'll earn a commission right away off of what they've purchased, along with being an Emerald coach. The thing is, I've had free leads that still buy Shakeology from me. They won't become a coach, but I'm earning that commission off of them for years, you guys. So again, just don't underestimate what a free lead could turn into for your business, whether a rock star coach or just a really great consistent customer that's adding to your income and volume, income every week.
Well, and again, I hate to keep saying like, this is what makes Beachbody special, but I guess I just have friends in other companies and I'm just like, it is insane what our compensation plan provides for us that I think we take it for granted. Like there is no other company out there that is spending the money in marketing that Beachbody does. And when you see, like I've heard it on ads on Pandora, like for the music. I've heard it ads on my radio station. I've seen them on social media, on Instagram, and all of that money that Beachbody is spending is creating leads that go to coaches. So it's never a competition. It's not like, oh, they're spending all this money on marketing and I'm not spending money on marketing. It all goes to you. Like Beachbody takes all of that, all of the people who order from them and give every single one of them to a coach that is proving that they are working the business. I do want to just make sure people understand that you do need to be Emerald. And when you are Emerald and hitting like Success Club 5, you are getting free customer leads that have not yet purchased a nutritional program, like nutritional products. So they might have just signed up for Beachbody On Demand, and are starting off with like the trial, but they haven't bought Shakeology. When you hit Success Club 10 and you're an Emerald coach, that gets to be like your bare minimum because Beachbody is putting money on the table. So you are guaranteed free money when you hit Success Club 10 and you are an Emerald coach. It honestly averages right around $50. So literally Beachbody puts $50 on the table and you get to pick it up if you have hit Success Club 10 and you are an Emerald coach. So you've got to get to Emerald. That is your like for sure thing. You got to open up that door and then you need to be hitting Success Club and you will be guaranteed extra money. But what's cool is that adds up, right? So it's like $50 this month, $50 an additional, but then that person reordered. So then you just made it $100 from work that you didn't have to do extra. Do you know what I mean? So if you're going to do this, you might as well make as much money as you possibly can. That's how I see it. So you want the leads. I'll pass it back to you, Dara. I'm sorry. Okay. I called you Dara, by the way, at the beginning.
Oh, that's okay. It's like...
You can correct me, please.
I answer to all the things. Okay. So you got to have an action plan. You're like, yeah, guys, how do I get there? This is how. First, you're going to go to your calendar and write your Emerald goal date. This call was supposed to be yesterday, so the goal date ideally would have been tomorrow. I say the goal date is still tomorrow. It is so possible to still do this by tonight, you guys. We're going to tell you again in the next few slides how to do this, what to do. And you can get your 2 people signed up tonight. I 100% believe that. That being said, if not tonight, for sure by next Thursday. And we say Thursday because you won't show as Emerald till Thursday. I don't know if you know that yet. All rank advance become new or become active on payday Thursday. So if not tonight, make your goal next Thursday, which is the 14th. And write it on your calendar. I will be an Emerald coach on November 14th or by tomorrow. Okay? And that's the first step of the action plan.
The second step is we want you guys to make a list of 4 people that you would want to add to your team. So, I mean, at the beginning, we talk about you plus 2, and that's really pointing out to you that, like, listen, you guys, you can sign up your mom and your husband, or your, like, kid if they're over 18, and your dad, or whatever, and you're going to be an Emerald coach. And that's like, just makes so much sense. Both of my parents are coaches. My husband's a coach. My husband's parents are coaches. Like, it just doesn't, it's just like makes sense, right? For everybody to be a coach and take advantage of that discount. But we also want you to make a list of the people that are going to be people that you want to work with, your dream team people. Because it is worthwhile now to like choose who you want to work with. I don't think there's any other business out there where you get to choose the people that you're working with. And we are going to make you do something scary though, and 5X this. There's a book called 10X, and I'm Grant Cardone. I'm not going to make you 10X this, but we are going to make you 5X it. And we actually want you guys to make a list of 20. Okay. When I have a new coach join my team, that is the very first thing that they do. I'm like, give me your list of 20 people, and you have until tomorrow to message them all. So I do not think you need like a whole week to be inviting those 20 people to your team. It's time to just invite them now. And this invite is so simple in just letting them know, like, listen, I just got started in this thing. I really have big goals. I have big dreams, or I just want to be held accountable to this, and I need that extra layer of accountability. I want you to do this with me. Whether it's that, or you're saying, I have big goals and big dreams, and you are the person I would want on my team. I can't think of anybody else that I want to link arms with more than you. So you better do this with me, because I'm taking it to the top, and you're going to regret if you're not there with me. And it's not going to be as much fun without you. I mean, like, you just talk to them like you would. I mean, that's how I would talk. Like you would to your best, like your best buddy, right? I was telling my team the other day, so I apologize to those on my team that have already heard this, but if you went to a restaurant that you loved and you had an incredible meal, and you were like, I just want to get on social media and share how incredible, it says my internet is unstable. Hopefully I'm not freezing up. But if you had this incredible meal at a restaurant and you wanted to tell everybody about it, you wouldn't go to the restaurant owner and be like, okay, I really enjoyed this meal. Can you give me a script on how to best share this with other people, because I don't want to mess this up? You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't ask for a YouTube video. Like, you would just be like, I'm so like in love with this meal that I had, and this is why I loved it. This is why I'm excited about this restaurant. This is you just sharing your excitement, speaking from your heart, and telling people why you want them on your team, whether that's you really think that they're a passionate person, or that they get along with a lot of people. If they're your quote unquote dirt friend, like, you could sell them dirt and they're like your best friend, that they would do it. I mean, this is okay, I joined. I don't know what I'm doing. You better do this with me so we can figure this out. I mean, whatever is appropriate for the person that you're talking to. But guys, a list of 20, and I would send that, you need to send that to your upline and let them know who it is that you are reaching out to. Okay, I guess this is doubling up on that, right?
Take it away. No, I second everything Brigitte said. I 100% agree. Also, the only other group of people that is a really great people to reach out to are your current challengers. The people who have already started to trust you with this journey. Ask them. And again, definitely make sure they know about the discount, but don't limit them to just being a discount coach. I love Lori in the last call said that her coach said to her, like, hey, people have been asking me if you're a coach because you've just been such an influential, impactful part of this group. Have you ever considered doing this with me? That would make me feel so good, even if I didn't want to do it, right? So you have to, people should feel good because of your invite, not weird, So make sure you're like Brigitte said, just being authentic and being you, and not being scripted. I think that's really important. But start with your challengers, start with your dirt list. I 100% believe in that philosophy. I wish I would have asked, again, that was something I wish I would have done better, is just asking the people closest to me first. The only other thing I would share on that is I do love, Ruth Schroner had shared this at one point, but kind of asking again, if you're still not sure like how to ask your mom or dad or whoever, just say, hey, I started this thing. I'm really excited about it, but I would love for you to try it with me as like an unbiased, someone who I know will be honest with me, join my group. Let me know how I do as a coach. Like, I'd love for you to be like one of my first testimonials for how this is going. I just think that's such a great thing to ask. I think it's showing that you honor their opinion on this new business you're doing, and you really want their unbiased feedback. You have to really want that though. And then saying, I'd love for you to be one of my first success stories. Again, I think that's just such a great ask, I think. So, and definitely like Brigitte said, don't be intimidated by how to do it. Oh, but gosh, it costs them money. They have to pay for it. Again, this has been said, but I love this analogy. If your favorite band was coming to town, you would immediately text your friends and say, we're getting front row, let's go. They're not, you're not going to say like, I don't want to ask them because they're going to actually have to pay for the concert ticket. You know what I'm saying? So try not to get too in your head about what that feels like or what that looks like. You're asking people to do something with you that you're excited about, and these people love you. That being said, it doesn't mean they're not going to say no, and they will. Brigitte shared that on, that I think was your mom and sister said no at first. And I definitely have, some of my best friends still don't do this with me. They just have their own workout thing, and I'm, that's fine. But not everyone is going to say yes. But again, I think if you ask in, a way that's authentic to you and your relationship with that person, it shouldn't have to be uncomfortable or weird either. And just be patient. I'm pretty sure Brigitte's mom and sister are now signed up. So anything else on that? I think we're kind of covered it.
No, I think you did a great job. I think it's so true that people are honored and they're flattered, and for you to just always keep in mind the benefit that this has and how it's such a blessing to them. I think I started off the call mentioning that there's not win-lose situations in Beachbody. And I think as a society, we get so hardwired in thinking that if you're winning, someone's losing. And that's actually such a selfish, very limited mindset to have, that you're really only thinking of yourself, to be like, oh, it benefits me. I don't think that must be screwing someone over. And it's not. They're getting an opportunity to get the best value that they can. These workout programs, the Shakeology, there's nothing else out there that compares to this and gives them as much value as what we have to offer. So it's a blessing for them, but they're going to be flattered that you want them on your team. And I do just want to share, I did this very same thing when I signed up, and I made my list, and I was like, who do I want to work with? Who would be amazing at this? And I did have a neighbor who I knew was really into working out, and she actually would post about her P90X workouts on her blog. So she had a blog. She was already sharing her journey. So of course I'm sitting there thinking she's perfect. She's total coach material. Of course she would want to do this with me. And I invited her to be on my team. I told her I want you to be a coach on this team. I think you would do amazing. And she told me no, but she watched me. And 2 years later, it did take 2 years, but 2 years later, she sent me a text and was like, I've been watching you, and I want you to come over and talk to me about this again. And that coach is now a lifetime two-star diamond coach, earning $80,000 a year. So she's matching her husband's income. But you'll have people, I'm trying to say is you're going to have people who say no, but I just always feel it's a no, not right now. And so it's an opportunity for you to be consistent and show them that you're not going anywhere, because you've planted that seed. And as you are consistent, it nourishes that seed. And then the harvest comes if you stick with this. So just be I'm so excited to prove to you, how serious I am and how committed I am. And if I had given up before that 2-year mark, I never would have seen the fruit of that effort. And so I'm grateful I stuck with it. But
yeah.
And
that's it, guys.
That's really it. That this is not hard. It's just not hard. And we say 24 hours because, it just takes 2 seconds to send out an invite and share your passion. And, I'll just share one last little analogy, and then I'll let Dara end us out. But I have heard it relayed to me when there's runners at a race. And, you think of the Olympics, right? And there's all those runners at the race, and they have those blocks that they're hunched over in, right? If you ever watch a race, you will notice that all of those runners are standing around waiting for everybody else to line up first before they put their feet in that running block. Everybody wants to be the last person to put their feet in the running block, because it has been scientifically proven that the longer that they're in that holding position, the slower that they go. It affects their speed. And the whole point of that analogy is that you do not want to stay in your starting position for a long time. The longer you put off these invites, the longer that you take to get to Emerald, the more you're going to get in your head, the more that your muscles are going to tighten up. You're going to overthink it. You're going to make it this big old deal, which it actually is really not. And so you take off. You go, you send that coach invite tonight. You just do the darn thing. You don't stay in that starting block and hold there, because the longer that you hold there, the longer you're going to stay there. It's going to take more effort for you to project forward and move forward. So you get off this call and you should have one invite sent out before you get your butt out of your seat. It needs to be going now and doing it so that you don't get in your head. So that's all I have to say.
Well, I'm obsessed with that analogy, and I don't know how I'm going to follow that. But I do want to give you a phrase that has helped me so much through the inviting process, whatever you're inviting to, whatever goal you're shooting for. And I heard Brittany Leggett say it first. I don't know if she's the originator, but it's the some will, some won't, so what, who's next? That should be your mantra through this entire business, and especially these next 24 hours, few days where you're shooting for this goal. Some will, some won't, so what, who's next? I just think there's so much power in that, and it's just the perspective we should be doing this with. So we are honored to be here with you guys, and we're so excited for the announcements that are going to come tomorrow.
Yeah. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll share the recording so that you can share this with your coaches as they join you as well. Thanks, you guys.